Chicago Bulls complete the sweep over the Los Angeles Lakers. And what a game. Not quite the game that we had last week, but it's only going to be remembered for one thing. And I'll get into it after this.
It's time to see red.
Hello and welcome back to Chicago Bulls Chat, part of See Red UK. Just me, Matt. I just, again, have to put something out after last night's performance against LA Lakers from Chicago Bulls. I'll get into the fun parts in a little bit. But for anybody who listens to this, who knows me, whatever, knows that Javonte Green has forever been my guy. Obviously, Javonte's not on the Bulls anymore, but one person who is, Joshua James Giddey. Look at that. Take a look at that, because you're going to get used to seeing it, because he's a Bull to stay. I'll get into that in a minute. You know, if you know what I'm going to talk about, hit the like button, subscribe, all the good stuff. Myself and Neil are starting to put out more solo videos, and, you know, we're trying to grow the YouTube channel like we keep saying. So like I say, hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn the notifications on. We're going to try and provide as much content as we can for you. So, last night, I'll get the negative stuff out of the way first, because, believe it or not, there was some. Bulls end up beating Lakers 119-117, and it was a game that, for the most part, Bulls didn't look like they was going to win at all. First quarter, they was up by 10 at the end of it, and they were looking good. And then they just seemed to not be able to hit anything from three. Didn't seem to get into the paint that much. They were splitting the free throws all night. There was no defence. And Lakers come into this game on the second of a back-to-back, and they look like they had more energy than Bulls for the most part. Bulls end up down by one at half time after a buzzer three-pointer that you just knew it was coming. And then third quarter comes, Bulls end up find themselves down by 18. And I mean, I wasn't impressed. You know, I think at this point it was like 2 a.m. for us, and I was struggling. I was struggling to watch it. I wasn't enjoying the game. There was a few moments that did keep me interested, and this is the thing, I never switch off a Bulls game. And that fourth quarter, Bulls just edged into that 18-point lead, and it just seemed to, every time they get close, Lakers would have another little run, and you're thinking, right, that's it, game over. And we get to the last 12.6 seconds, and now this is where it gets fun. And remember this guy's name, because that's all you're going to remember the game for, is Joshua James Giddey. 12.6 seconds left. Lakers are up by 5. We get the inbound from Giddey, cross court to Vooch. Catches it, straight out to P. Will. Boom, 3 points. Then inbound from LeBron, gets stolen by Mr. Giddey. Turns, throws it to Coby, boom, 3 points. That's it. Bulls 1 point lead. There's about 6.1 seconds left at this point, and you're thinking, well, I was saying in the live thread, I know that much, defense. We need some defense. Anyway, Austin Reeves, who looks weird with that stupid headband and weird hairstyle, needs to do something about his image. Anyway, that's another story. Down the other end, easy 2-pointer. And you're thinking, right, 3 seconds left, no timeouts. What the hell are Bulls going to do? What do? Giddey inbounds it. I think it was to P. Will. He gives it straight back to Giddey, and I was thinking, it's game over. You know, he's not looking for a pass. He's not looking to get the ball up to anybody. Dribbles it up. LeBron comes across, heaves it up. Boom, half court, 3-point, buzzer beater, game over. Win, Bulls sweep Lakers. UC goes mad. Giddey goes mad. Everybody just goes mad. And I mean, I put a tweet out at the time. I can't remember what it said, but I need to compose myself to get all the game day graphic or final score graphics, bull of the game, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, bull of the game was Mr. Giddey. Now, he'd already been given it in our live thread before we got to this point in the game. You know, another triple-double, a little bit boring now. However, he was on quadruple-double watch again. Unfortunately, 7 turnovers to go with his 25 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals. Finishes the night 4 of 9 from 3, but he's only ever going to be remembered for that one 3-pointer. You know, there must be a reason why he wears the number 3. I don't know. You know, obviously, after the game, he's got the game ball and he's saying he's never hit a game winner before. But, I mean, the game itself, like I said, there was some negatives to it. The 7 turnovers from Josh Giddey, that woman in particular. But like I said, Bulls never looked like they was in it, but there was a couple of big plays in the build-up to this as well. Kevin Hurt hitting a 3. I mean, he ends up 5 of 10 from 3, 50%. Take that. Then there was a big play from Vooch where he grabbed a rebound, gets down the other end, and he hit a 3. It's only one of the night, 1 of 3, and, you know, fair play. Vooch is coming for a lot of criticism lately, from me included, but, you know, I thought he had a alright game last night, considering. But, like I said, the game is just going to be remembered for Josh Giddey and what happened in that last 12.6 seconds. Coby White continues his 20-point streak. Is it 14 he's up to now? And he had a bit of a mishmash game as well. Seemed like he was trying to control the game and he went away from what he has been doing. Still ends up 26 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists. 5 of 10 from 3 as well, 50%. You're going to take that. Obviously, that big 3-pointer right at the end, which, I mean, the game still wasn't over, obviously. But, like I say, Josh Giddey, he got our ball of the game. He's given his stat line already. Like I say, you're going to have to get used to seeing that at the UC and all of the Bulls media, stuff like that, because they're going to throw the money at him. Whether Bulls fans like it or not, same as Coby, now they are the Bulls' backcourt. Backcourt of the future remains to be seen, but it's trending in that direction. And I don't know if anybody's listened to Coby White's interview with Casey Johnson that went out on CHSN, and he actually speaks about the bond now that Giddey and himself have got. And you can see why there was a bit of a struggle at the start of the season. They've obviously got to know each other as the season goes on. And, you know, they seem to be getting on with each other on and off the court. You know, here's what Coby actually says.
And that's nothing against Josh. As I got to know Josh, he's an incredible human being. Obviously incredible on the basketball court.
The best thing for me about that Giddey buzzer beater half court was the fact that it was over Lebron. Now, obviously, we knew that LeBron was going to come out wanting to win this game, and excuse me, obviously backed by Luka, Austin Reeves, and I don't think LeBron actually looked that good, to be fair. I mean, he finished with 17 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists. So yeah, all right, a double-double. Fair play. Luka, double-double, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. But it was Austin Reeves that was doing the damage scoring-wise. 30 points, 1 rebound, 9 assists. No, let's just change. Yeah, 3 assists, sorry. But yeah, like, you see through the game, LeBron flopping a bit, you know, holding his head when nobody's even hit him. Luka seems to be going the same way, and it just makes it even more sweeter beating them. And there's that image of LeBron sat on the bench looking done, basically. And I love seeing it. You know, we've said, me and myself and Neil have said time and time again, you know, he's a talented player, no doubt about it, but he's an absolute idiot. And you just, moments like that Giddey over LeBron, yeah. As a Bulls fan, if you didn't enjoy that, then as I've said before, you have got serious issues, because I've just put a poll out on Twitter. Go check it out. There's still like a day worth left on it. What did you prefer? The DeMar DeRozan back-to-back New Year's Eve, whatever you want to call it, or last night, Giddey putting the ball up over LeBron and winning the game? I know which one I prefer. Both fantastic. You know, what DeMar did was fantastic. I'm not taking anything away from him. It's not even recency bias, because obviously it happened last night and everyone's still hyped about it. But what Josh Giddey did was just phenomenal. You know, it's the fact that Giddey had actually missed one of his little floaters about 2 minutes before it, maybe even not that. You know, and Coby White come out afterwards and said, you know, he didn't let his head drop. He wanted to get back into it. Like I say, he gets the steal, completes his triple-double with it. When he got the assist. But then, like I say, you just don't expect it to be Josh Giddey that's bringing the ball up and going for a half court. You know, you definitely don't expect it to go in. You know, for me, DeMar could put them shots in that he did. And like I said, I'm not taking anything away from DeMar, but, you know, it was an incredible what he did back to back. But you kind of know DeMar's capable of them sort of things. We have not seen this from Josh Giddey. You know, Josh Giddey come into Bulls, you know, not being a 3-point shooter. And, yeah, to hit that, you know, surely it's worth a thumbs up. It's worth you subscribing. It's worth you sharing. Whatever you want to do with this YouTube channel, do it, because, like I say, it deserves a thumbs up. So, what's next for Bulls? Tomorrow night, back at the UC to face Mavs. And you've got to hope that they've brought themselves back down a little bit. I know I heard on one of the podcasts, I think it was the By the Horns from CHSN, that Coby was heard telling Matas to sort of calm down, and Matas just basically turned around and said, no, I'm going to be talking about this for a long time. And that's what you want from Coby. You want him to keep everybody calm, everybody grounded, and just worry about the next game. Now, hopefully, Billy's got the team in today to calm them down, go through some video, maybe it's a bit of light practice, shoot around tomorrow, and then that's it. You focus on the Mavs game. Now, obviously, Mavs potentially have AD back. Certain players have stepped up like they do, like Spencer Dinwiddie stepped up. I know they had PJ Washington back this week. So it's not going to be the walkover that a lot of people would have been expecting going against Mavs. So like I say, Bulls just have to go in there and just play the way they've been playing, for the most part. Keep it fast, keep it high energy, and just Coby and Giddey, they're going to have to take over again, because, well, it's fun, it's enjoyable. Like I say, if you're not enjoying it, you've got something wrong with you. I mean, since the All-Star break up before last night, Giddey was averaging a near triple-double. I can't remember the exact numbers. I think it was like 24 points, 10 rebounds, 9.8 assists. Gets a triple-double last night. Coby's still putting up 20 points a game. And I've just got to go back to last night's game quickly, but praise people like Kevin Huerter. He had a great game, finished with like 21 points. But somebody who hasn't been getting a lot of praise, and I've actually seen a bit of criticism for him, is Patrick Williams. And yeah, I'll admit, in the live thread last night, I was giving him some stick. And then I said, I apologise, Patrick, because he started coming good. Now, his stat line obviously he isn't fantastic, as you'd expect with Patrick Williams. 29 minutes off the bench, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 of 4 from 3. Obviously, that big 3. But what people have noticed is the way that P. Will was walking off. Everyone else is running to celebrate with Giddey, and P. Will just bimbles across the court. That's just Patrick Williams. You know, if he can have a game like he had last night, and he's that calm, I'm all for it. So that's what I mean. Going back to the Mavs game now. Sorry that I'm flip-flopping here. But you kind of want to see Giddey and Coby do their thing, but we need other players to step up as well. Whether it's Matas, P. Will, Kevin Herter, Vooch, whoever it is, they're all going to need to carry on doing what they've been doing. So I just had to pause it while I had a coughing fit. Because this Bulls team, they're now trying to finish as high as they can. Still 9th seed, 33-40 record. The 4-game win streak again. You know, you want to keep that rolling because we have got OKC next week. We've got Cavs coming up. You need to get as many wins as we can now. You know, forget the lottery balls. That's not happening. You know, we're not going to get a high pick, whether you want it or not. So as we always keep saying to you, just enjoy these games. You know, Hawks and Magic both lost last night. Hawks have lost 2 in a row now. Bulls currently sit 2 games behind them, and Hawks are in the 7th seed. Obviously, Magic in between us. Everyone keeps saying that Magic have got the easier schedule for the run-in. It's the NBA. It's March, as everybody keeps saying. You're then going into April. Is there such a thing as an easy game? Because you just don't know what teams are trying to do. So all Bulls have got to do is focus on getting the next win, the next win, the next win. And who knows? We might end up with that home tie in the play-in. Hopefully the 7th seed, win it, into the playoffs, great. I don't want to see it, but it's a possibility. So prepare yourself for it. So I think that's it. Like I say, I just wanted to jump on because I needed to speak about Joshua James Giddey. Get used to seeing that number 3 with Giddey on it because he is here to stay. And if you agree, give me the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, turn your notifications on. Myself and Neil plan to be back at some point next week with another episode. There may be another solo video at some point from one of us. Who knows? You know, we're game by game, as Bulls are. So, thanks for watching. I've been Matt. You can find me on Twitter at MattCRedUK. You can find us on all the socials at CRedUK. Like I say, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn the notifications on. Really means a lot to us. And until next time, C Red, go Bulls.